Pokemon has been interesting lately. What with people saying you need a Switch 2 to play this game, yet I'm running it perfectly fine on the original Switch. While on Twitter, the next entire 5 years of Pokemon have been leaked, and I'm just like, wow, this game has mega evolutions again. You know, where a Pokemon can evolve further beyond, like giving this thing more suckers, this one more drills, and this one... That's horrifying. To Starmie's Mega Evolution, and... Wait, what's wrong? Why is it running like Patrick Star from the movie? So Pokemon Legends ZA has everything you need. Fashion, the friends, curry mixed with a...
Croissant. I think I'm gonna be sick.
And so many character designs that surely one will be your favorite. You got Energetic Dancer, the guy who keeps telling you you're doing a great job, the guy who watches VTubers instead of socializing. Alert, the new Hex Maniac has been spotted. No, wait, I think that's just Clark Kent? And of course, if you're into tall dudes, no, I mean tall, this dude with Dunk and Shaquille O'Neal. Hey, wait, weren't you in that popular meme?
Huh?
So after playing the spin-off Legends Arceus for the first time this year, I was actually pleasantly surprised at how well it ran, and how much more expansive the gameplay felt from mainline Pokemon with this new spin-off venture where they send you into the wild to try and not die to the wild Pokemon. But now, it's completely different. You're not in the past, you're in modern day France. Wow, they really did ban public smoking. Also, yes, it's the same region as the first 3DS game, X and Y, where they seemingly have fixed that power outage. What the heck? How come you let them through? And now is a place where you're the tourist, and this guy's like,
"See any pigeons yet, Dad?"
and is about to ask us to promote his hotel when...
My name is Jacksepticeye, welcome back!
But then this thing steals our luggage, and so we go after it, with him giving us the best starter Pokemon they have ever created. And so this is Urbane. Do you know a Cobain? And so we gotta fight the thieves, where yes, you can run around in the battle, where your Pokemon will follow you, and if you stand too close, you will also take damage. Hey, then, why aren't they taking damage? Huh? Why are you running away, huh? It's a fight, you meant to fight me as well, huh? Well, we win, and Cobain is like, okay, our hotel bellboys will take your luggage to our esteemed hotel. They can climb fences? With those legs? And so Paris by day has zones we can catch Pokemon, but at night, these battle zones appear, where if you wander into them, you will fight traitors. Why can't we refuse? New friend who loves to help people. Do all French people talk like that? Or we get blocked by more trainers. Wait a minute. Oh, of course the actual closest hair to my mascot Ramona's hairstyle is not in the game. Oh, great. Why do games just struggle to put the high ponytail hairstyle in? Is it too much to ask for with these games? I feel like I'm losing my mind. They never do it.
Calm down.
And so, this flower saves us. Wait, why is the flower so strong?
It's a flower.
And thus we make it to the hotel with no guests, with AZ running the place. Well, not really running, because no guests. You know, I'm sure my Switch 1 would blow up if they tried to use actual mirror tech. And so we learn the staple of the Legends games, the dodge roll. Bro, that example sucked! At least learn it from the Hisui people. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And so we get blocked by rocks. Gee, I wonder if there's another creature catching game that would let you destroy objects in the wild with any creature and not needing you to have a specific move like Rock Smash.
I don't get it.
And so yeah, in the daytime, you can only find wild Pokemon in these green areas, where you have the same mechanics as the previous game, you know, sneak around to throw Pokeballs, to instantly catch them, or battle to lower their health first. Well, time to visit the research facility. You know, when they announced the art for this game, the internet went wild with the Hex Maniacs redesign, but something seems off about this one.
New glasses?
So we meet Mabel, who is the acting professor, as the last one just pieced out, and so you get side quests from her, and you'll do them to rank up, which will then unlock TMs for you to use to teach moves onto your Pokemon. And like before, you can just swap around the moves very freely. Like if you learn a move over another one, you can just relearn the old move at any time with no cost. And now you got parkour, since you have one explorable city. In this game, it would kind of be limited in scope if you were just on the ground floor, so they got verticality, where you can climb ladders, move up these ramps, auto jump up these ramps, but then I can't jump up here? Oh no, it's the evil high ledges from the retro Pokemon days! So now the goal is to join the AZ Royale, where you start at rank Z and have to win battles to work your way up to rank A. As the hotel crew are like, yeah, if you get to rank A, you will save the entire city. Yeah, defeating other people and crushing their hopes and dreams is gonna fix Paris's economy, it seems. But oh man, the vibes, the music! On the other hand, remember this scene from Sword and Shield? This is a music concert. Oh gee, I'm just gonna check up what is the most profitable media company in the world. Yes, it's someone who loves voice acting in games. Seeing a tiny company like Spike Chunsoft manage to make an entire visual novel where, you know, it's mostly words, all voice acted in 2 languages, where all big games have it now. And I'm sure they would love to cut back on it to save on cost, but they know it adds so much character personality. Where literally 2 weeks ago, a rival creature catching game has mostly voice acting, and it was really good. It is insane that yet again, another Pokemon game goes without voice acting. Look, I just want to make funny memes and jokes with the goofy voice acting, reading out these lines, okay?
Very true.
But yeah, the music is very good! So the goal to rank up is to defeat trainers in these red zones and get these points. And you can get more points by equipping these cards you find on the ground, which will say, attack first with your Pokemon, or use a super effective type move, and then you'll get some bonus points. And once done, you'll get a challenger ticket, where you can leave the zone to find your opponent in the city. And our first one is a literal taxi driver who wants to win to get a better life for himself. Oh, rip bozo! And so someone is impressed by our win, named Emma, who is a detective. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a detective run like that. So to celebrate making rank Y, we all eat with our buddies, Cobain, Naveen, who is a fashion lover, and Lita, who loves dancing, as we go to sleep. With our hat on? Oh, come on, I need to remove this stupid outfit. Oh gee, more hairstyles I can't use for my character. And then we get interrupted by Ivor and his harem, who wants to ban these wild zones and just beat up Pokemon with his fists. Man, these Legends games really want us just straight up killing the Pokemon, huh? As Emma gives us side quests to do, which is just people around town that you'll need some help going, show me this Pokemon so I can give you more hair colors to unlock, or bring me this Pikachu for free. Wait, why did you forcibly evolve it against its will?
Hello?
I'm calling the cops! But finally, after 2 hours, I can explore and not be handheld by the game's tutorial. Oh, you're really not letting me go there. Bro, you stopped moving just for that? And yeah, you can pick up these items on the ground, and then these mega crystal shards, where you'll use your Pokemon to attack and collect them, and you can spend them later on. But back to the fashion. It's so expensive. Well, anyway, I go to more wild areas and find this service where they will pick up your balls if you lose them, as they'll find your balls for you. Yeah, but what if my balls have cancer? And it turns out to cut on some budget in this city, the nurses are also the shop. And what you're meant to do that I didn't realize till now is sell all those trinkets you found picking up and you get some money. And now I finally have enough money to buy clothing. Wait, you wanna know my birthday? Today. Yeah, no game is topping Death Stranding's 2 birthday wish. Where's my disgusting octopus pizza? So I did the best I could with the money I had, making Ramona look her part at least. Oh, isn't that great? She's so happy. And so this lady is like, I lost my ring in the cemetery. Can you bring it back for me? They made the cemetery a wild zone? Do they want more people to die? And so we helped enough citizens, making Emma happy. So now I didn't realize it for the longest time, but there's an in-game clock on the top left where you could only fight people at night, so you could wait for that real time, or you could just sit on a bench and fast travel to night. And so the battles are kind of fun in that your first strike attack does a lot of damage, but only if you can do it without the enemy noticing you. No, my crocodile was too fat! Well, now we win and get rank X.
Okay.
And now leader forces Naveen to battle us. Wait, he loses. He will have to tell us his backstory against his will. Oopsie. I do love how easy it is to change up your party in battle. And yeah, so battling okay. You hold L2 and lock on, and then you'll use A, X, Y, B buttons to do attacks which will have cooldowns. It's pretty much just that, spam the best moves and win. You can move your Pokemon by running around to dodge attacks as it is in real time, but weirdly, you can't dodge roll in the trainer battles, only in the wild ones. Anyway, I stumbled upon holy. Maybe it's a bit too ritzy for me. Also at the benches, you can admire your Pokemon. They also have these purple balls you find, which will get you items that you can trade at the construction site for plushies that boost your experience or more money. And remember, there's no jump button, only a roll. And you gotta somehow get to these spots, and it's kind of fun working with this limitation. I think you're meant to get as high as possible and then dodge roll down to the lower ledges a lot. And another win. Another horrible dinner. And then this lady is like, I'll give you a makeover for a day, and you cannot remove the makeup until tomorrow. I hate it. And then we find Doggo! Nice of him to wait for us to catch up. Well, he takes us to the roof where we find a rogue Pokemon, as somehow random wild Pokemon are mega evolving. Yes, finally that gimmick Game Freak made for one generation, and people loved it so much they hated it whenever it wasn't brought back in. Where now you fight in these boss arenas where you do damage and you'll get these orbs, and once your meter is full, you press R3 and then you can mega evolve your Pokemon if you have the right stone equipped, where your moves become way stronger. But you can also dodge, and you will have to avoid the enemy's attacks, making this a further evolution on the Arceus boss fights from that game. Game all about evolution. And yet they still can't evolve the character's vocal cords. And then I spy. No, you are not the one. And so we head to Quasitosicosico, which I can pronounce however I want because there's no voice acting to tell me the official way to say it. And it's totally not the bad guys, right? I mean, they have rats as guards. Oh my god, the rats want to kill me! And so Vinny here is like, okay, you took care of that whole Absol problem, huh? I'm gonna need you to prove yourself. So go and fight these trainers, and then I'll battle you when you get the challenger card. And if you win, I'll promote your rank. Oh, okay. Whoa, that's a lot of trainers I gotta beat. And it took me so long. That morning came. Well, luckily your points carry over to the next day too. Like, you don't have to get the challenger card in all one night. And so I did some side stuff like heading to Mabel, who literally just gives me a free Charmander right in my lap. Okay, what's the economy in this game? I'm really just gonna have a super OP team this early. And man, this place is crazy. Like, if you wander into a wild zone, you could get really hurt. Like, what happens if a kid runs into the zone and there don't seem to be anyone stopping them? There's no guards? Or how? The benches stop people sleeping on them, so if you have no place at night, you could then accidentally wander into the battle zone and wind up in front of some wannabe who's letting his pet piranha off to eat you for dinner. What happens to them?
It's best not to think about it.
And finally, my crocodile evolved to its final form. And oh yeah, that is totally going to be a sneaky attack.
Surprise!
And so we beat Vinny and now get promoted. Wait, not one rank? Oh my god! feel like this is kinda cheating the system. Well, now you can exchange your Mega Shards for Mega Stones, as yeah, each Pokemon that can evolve further will need a specific stone to equip. But what if I instead, I just buy experience candy and then give it all to my Feraligatr? I feel like this is kinda cheating the system. Now Naveena's like, yeah, your next fight, to rank up is probably gonna be against Kanari, the streamer he watches, who is a pro gamer and an electric type user. Didn't we already do this trope before? Now it turns out there are more wild Pokemon that are mega evolving randomly, and we gotta stop them before some real shops get hurt, like the Stone Emporium. Don't they have some insurance to cover for that? While Naveen is so bored, he literally watches a stream in public.
Top of the morning, Joe.
And thankfully for free. AZ gives us the stone to mega evolve our starter Pokemon. So now we have this. We have a Gardevoir that we got for free in the game. You get a free Absol. And now I have almost Charizard. Man, I'm really overpowered, huh? And Feraligatr's mega evolution is that a giant shell? Why he look like that? What? No way. I can't believe this. Did you even notice I used the same thing for the last 5 videos? Well, I don't care how he looks. He's so strong. I'm literally one-shotting everyone now. This view is so nice and peaceful. And so we battle 3 more Mega Wild Pokemon to save the day, making the doggo happy. And oh, I'm sure I've never seen you before. And so battling again. Hey, wait, no? You are not the one I'm looking for. Also, Feraligatr learns Liquidation, which is so funny. Like bro just whipping out the big finance move to one-shot everyone by defaulting their assets. And here, I was kind of feeling the Switch one is really on its last legs. Jeez, don't scare me like that. And so for this promotion match, it's actually quite in-depth, as you then have to find the streamer to fight them, but they don't go outside the house as they use this hologram. And this is like the only voice acting in the game. Grunting. And so you answer quizzes to get her fans mad that you answered them correctly. Yeah, rip loser, you suck. And beat her #1 fan to get an all access to Kanari, where we see the popular streamer in all her streamer glory. Oh wow, that is one hunched bag. Man, this game has got a whole museum dedicated to the Arceus game. The legacy of surviving in the wild lives on. And yeah, this game is a further improvement on Legends Arceus, where I feel it focuses a lot more on battling now than catching. Like once I had my team, I felt no need to ever go into the wild areas again. Why would I change up my ferocious fanged friends? And this sassy lady. But yeah, still another game where I'm happy I didn't buy a Switch 2 yet, because I am pretty sure they're gonna do an updated revision later on. And if you're wondering, yes, the game ran perfectly fine on the Switch 1. There was some tiny stutters in some area, and honestly, it just runs better than Scarlet and Violet. The fashion is crazy. There's so much insanely cool clothing and so much customization and options. Oh, they're going for the Infinity Nikki fans. While there are more fun NPC characters, but yeah, like I said in my Arceus video, I love the game so much, and the only bad thing I had to say was there was no voice acting. Same again here, but I also feel the novelty of the Arceus formula is kind of wearing off, as it doesn't wow me as much. I mean, you're also just in one city for the majority of the game too. But seriously, we cannot go another generation of Pokemon games without some form of voice acting. I mean, come on. Even do some Fire Emblem style grunting, or Splatoon, Animal Crossing, Deltarune noises. You can't animate a whole cutscene with mouth movement that's lip synced to no voices while having the sound effects play. It just looks unfinished. Or if you don't want to be a big AAA game freak, you could make smaller scale games, like don't animate the cutscene to be a big cinematic moment, where every RPG now that does this, they will have voice acting, so it seems fine in scenes like this. You could downscale the game, As in, these past 6 weeks, nearly every new game that I played had voice acting. I mean, I even covered games that are 30 years old, they had some.
Shut up!
But this game does have a lot of quality of life things, like you can see into the fashion shops what's going to be there that you can buy if you can afford it. But then when you enter, it's still just a menu. You can't explore the shops. And still, the funniest thing to me was I was led to believe the Hex Maniac was going to be a big part of the game due to how much fan art she got from the concept art, her new sleepy design. And yet, I just kept finding all these clones, fakes of the real deal. Where's the sleepy witch? I even went to the lab many times hoping to trigger maybe an Easter egg to that famous scene from the X and Y games, but alas, there was nothing, and I'd almost given up my search. Oh.
Hello there.
Trojan, Ramses, Magnum, Chic.